This is Team EduCollab, and our idea is to create a marketplace for peer learning. We are working to solve a major problem of education in the world. While education is a basic human right, children in rural India or Africa get a worse education than a child in, let's say, Singapore, just because they are in an environment with people more interested in the education system and continuously working on it to make it better. Children in the rural and less developed areas have lesser access to better education mentors. Another thing is that children do not always think like teachers, and sometimes teachers do not teach methods that a student might know and stick to the ones that they have been told to teach. Finally, research shows that students who talk to older peers once a week do better in their studies. The traditional system in the world is that the teacher teaches and the student listens. One thing about this system is that it usually has a limited amount of people in the classroom. This limits the amount of people able to learn. Another negative point is that the teacher might be at a different wavelength than the students, and so some students will be lost and some bored. MOOCs, or massive online open courses such as Coursera and edX, are making this classroom bigger. They do this by creating worldwide access. A problem associated with MOOCs is something I like to refer to as "you say baseball, but I know cricket." This is a problem as someone from India might not understand a reference about something in the US. Another problem with MOOCs is that if a course made in Stanford is being taught to students who do not have the prerequisite skills to comprehend it, it will be hard for them to understand it.
Did you know that the rate of smartphones being owned is shooting skywards at an alarming rate? This, as research shows, is due to the decrease in the cost of smartphones, which is now as cheap as $100. Recent developments in AI are enabling its use in personalized learning, which is a feature that enables learning apps to deliver content according to the student's current understanding of the topic. AI can also be used for protection of the children online, ensuring that the child is not exposed to cyberbullying or inappropriate content. AI can also be used for matching questions to relevant answers. Another way to use AI is automated language translation. Services such as Google Translate that could soon allow content in one language to be translated to another language. Finally, blockchain can be used to ensure ownership of content with content creators to ensure they earn the points each time that the content is used. At first, we would like for schools to enroll into EduCollab. Once a school has gotten a license, random IDs are allotted to the children. The user ID will not contain any information about the children. The name or address of the child will not be asked for a record. A student that logs into EduCollab will be assigned an alphanumeric username and password. The ID of the student will be verified in the database. The user will navigate and choose the subject or topic they would like to learn about or teach about. If you want to learn, you can ask a question that you have a doubt about. And if you want to teach, you will answer a question asked by another student. These questions or answers are then stored in a database. They are then assessed to be sure there is nothing irrelevant. Then points are awarded based on the relevance of the question or answer. The performance is tracked to make a leaderboard in categories such as class, city, or country, and maybe more. Modified answers that were stored in the database, which do not make sense, are then dropped. What we would like to do is have a platform where students can ask relevant questions to each other. If a satisfactory answer is received, a fee in coins is then charged. The students that understands the topic can answer these questions. They will answer by making a video through a screen and voice capture. If a student is answering, their screen will turn into a blackboard so the student can draw and talk at the same time. The author of the content can also set a task for the other student. The answers are marked by the students called evaluators. The student can then vote up or vote down the content they see if they like it. The content creator and the evaluator that will then be paid in coins. AI will be used for our app to be a safe environment for children. This means to remove any inappropriate videos or pictures. We need to make sure that there should be no personal information exchanged with any person a child does not know. Another way to keep the environment safe is to make sure that there will be absolutely no cyberbullying. AI will also be used for personalized learning to match your question to an existing content in which the question is already answered. We will recommend questions to students who already know the answer and can explain well. Videos will be recommended to the students based on their learning. Our app will be using gamification through student leaderboards, which will be there to make the students want to win. This will make them use the app more often. Students can also create courses if they are good at a subject to get extra points. There will also be a school leaderboard based on how much the students are using the app. The points that they get out of winning can be used to buy equipment from the school from suppliers.
We offer different licenses to different schools. Schools that cannot afford these apps will pay less. We will get people to use our apps by advertising. After we have done that, we will give licenses to not only schools but to individual people. This means that whoever wants or would like to download this app may use it. Therefore, this will be available to all people. People who will download our app for free will have advertisements which will give us revenue. People who will pay for the app will not have any advertisements. Our cost will include our app developing team. We will also have a marketing cost and a hosting cost for which we will use Amazon Web Services. The graph shows our cumulative profit, cost, and revenue. As we can see, our revenue starts only in month 8. This is because we plan to release a beta version of our app in month 5, which will be used by 5 schools selected by our advisors. The beta test will help us improve the app and release it for purchase in month 8. In the meantime, of course, we have costs and hence we can see our cumulative profit is negative, and this goes down to approximately $80,000 in month 8. Hence, we need investors who can give us $80,000. We can also see from the graph that by month 20, we break even and will be able to return the money to the investors. From there on, we see a large potential for making profit while we help students learn.
Our competitors are websites and apps like Chegg, Extramarks, Khan Academy, Byju's, and Literacy Planet. How we are different from the competition is that Quora is an unsafe environment for kids, unlike ours. Others have the original teacher teaches and students listen format. Manga High, Literacy Planet, and Century Tech are more game-based and use AI for adaptive testing. Our two key differentiators are the use of AI for safety and student-to-student interaction, which is not much in the apps and websites like Extramarks, Khan Academy, and Byju's.
India has one of the largest education systems in the world, which comprises of around 750 universities, 35,000 colleges, and 1.5 million schools. As such, our initial focus is to lay a foundation in India and then spread globally. Through the results of current research, we realize the rate of pupils in India are extremely high. Also, India's online education market is set to grow to US dollars 1.96 billion, with around 9.6 million users by 2021. This is to further emphasize our point of persevering in our project. Our go-to-market strategy is that to increase motivation through learning, better customers from 5 schools will be selected from our advisors network, whereas the first group of paying customers will be taken when directly marketing the schools. Our strategy for advertising is to present our app at school conferences and edtech conferences and pay advertising on websites and apps such as Time of India, Google, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram to spread the news of our app. We could also partner with various NGOs that are wanting to fund our app through our advisors like Adyan and Shikshalokam, and publishers like Pearson and McGraw-Hill. This is our team, and we would like to thank our advisors for helping us move on. Thank you.